Back up to the extended mile in for race number 6. 1650 is the trip, and it is a Class 4 contest headed by Universal Go-Go. It was a course and distance winner in January. He's coming with barrier 2 for Vincent Ho. Electric Lightning finished off strongly behind My Family last time. Finished second there. True Grit, his maiden victory last time out course and distance, as it was for My Family. He's coming with barrier 11, though, moves out from barrier 3. Mr. Darth Vader was beaten by the Full Bloom last time out. Flame Lily draws barrier 12 and Umberto Rispoli, and down to the Joy of Giving, who was runner-up last time out, but Chungfar behind Happy Rocky. That was over the 2,200 metres. He also drops back to the 1650. True Grit and My Family have had a couple of trips up to Chungfar in the last month.
And in answer to your question very early on, Andrew, Le Panache, here he is in this race. So the other omen for the night on the French night of racing. This is a tricky one, this speed map, because I don't know whether they will roll forward with My Family. It's a possibility, definitely, as is the situation with Flame Lily. Electric Lightning could, from 7, also roll a little bit closer. But there are the options that maybe one or two of those go back to from their wider gates. So another contentious one, this one. I think Universal Go-Go and True Grit should get nice runs from their good barriers.
Here's True Grit. Now, I'm showing this gallop up at Chungfar. He trialled up there in the trial. He was tailed off in that trial. So if you're put off by that, this is a lot better, his gallop during the week. So I just thought I'd highlight that he has done that. Another one up at Chungfar has been My Family. He went up there after his win, and his work up there has been pretty good as well. He goes nicely. He won as soon as he stepped up and distanced this horse, and he's back over 1650 as well. And the other one is the Joy of Giving. I quite like this piece of work with Happy Rocky. He's the one in the orange saddlecloth, and he was full of beans as he came down here this morning. Quite keen on his work, so he goes nicely.
Full of beans. That's very Australian of you, Paul.
Let's start off then with True Grits and the win. This was his 5th start, in actual fact. He'd put the writing on the wall with his previous 2 efforts and gets the cash here.
Yeah, speaking of Australians, True Grit, the son of Wanted, the Australian bred. John Size gave him plenty of time between his first prep and this first up run. There was a lot of confidence in the betting to suggest that he'd win, and he was able to get the job done. As Paul said, he's gone back to Chungfar and was beaten a long way in a trial, but his track work's been good. I think he's still on the upward spiral, and the draw says he'll be hard to beat again, I would have thought.
He didn't trial that well before that run either, so I wouldn't be put off by the trials. He might just be
having a little blowout.
I was going to say lazy, but that's probably the wrong word. He's just
blowout.
Yeah.
Barrier 3 for him, so he shouldn't have too many issues from there. My Family gets a little bit trickier for him, and the 3 behind him get a turnaround at the weights as well.
Yeah, they do, but I thought he won pretty well. And this was his first start over 1650. He was absolutely punted off the boards this night. He was 11.
It was your long shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, started 450.
Yeah.
Really good long shot, this one. But he still won, and he won nicely enough. And I think he can win again. I like him up to 1650. I think he'll go forward from 11 as well, so we'll give him another chance.
Yeah,
he'll pay more this time.
I think he's got plenty of room for further improvement. I just wonder, he drew 3 there, they had him handy. He's got 11 here, whether they roll forward or take the option to go back, because in the sprinting races he was going back. So I'm just not sure which way they'll go, but he still looks like he's a good chance in the race.
All right, that is My Family. Mr. Darth Vader, we've seen this run before when we were concentrating on the grey, the Full Bloom, but run down late.
Well, we should throw back to you, Obi-Wan Kenobi, because you were a Mr. Darth Vader fan last start.
Well, I was. I've been on your side all the way through. I think you made him a best bet, though, here, didn't you, Paul?
I did.
Was it Paul?
Yeah.
Sorry,
he's
R2-D2.
It's great, isn't it? You make him your best and he gets nutted by 150 to 1 chance. But
that's called payback for Magnificent earlier on in the season. So.
But I've got him in there. I think he'll still run well. He didn't do too much wrong. He just got beaten on the ball.
Force be with you both.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's just drawn a bit awkward in 10, that was all. Yeah, chair for the hut. Yeah.
Gold Velvet, your words, not mine. Big winner last season in Class 5 company. This was a better effort from him as well.
A bit unkind of you mentioning Jabba the Hutt when we go to Tony Millard's runner, Paul. I think this is going to be my long shot around about the $12 chance because this was a nice eye-catching run. Now, you found him last season in Class 5. Just like the way he got the line, I'd want it sort of triple each way odds about him. I wouldn't like to take $6 or $7 because it is up in grade and it's up in distance. But I think there's potentially a bit of pace rolling on from wider out, and that might suit him.
Yeah, you don't want $6 or $7 because you get fined 100. But he's definitely got his chance.
I'll still be 700 behind Tom.
I'm going to wait till it gets down a bit more.
Are you?
Yeah,
oh,
I've got him in there.
All right, so he misses out. Favourite is True Grit, 250.
Yeah, I've got him in there for second. I'm going to stick with my family, though. He's come up a decent price this time. What's he now? 9.4, 8.1. It's a bit skew with. There's been a big place bet go on Flame Lily. But I've got him on top to beat True Grit, Mr. Darth Vader. And The Joy of Giving. Great name, that, isn't it, of course? So I've got him in there in for fourth. And on the back of his track work with a lightweight, I think he can run pretty well. 5, 4, 6 and 12.
I'm very similar, actually, with my numbers. I've gone with the Tony Millard-trained Gold Velvet as my value runner. I think True Grit's the horse to beat from a good barrier, but The Joy of Giving could be a value runner too. Maybe I can have like a backup long shot just in case one trims up. My family I've got in for fourth, but I'm not putting it beyond him winning again. Just the gate made me a little bit unsure on whether they'd roll forward or back, so for that reason, he's in for fourth, but still a winning hope, 11, 4, 12, 5.
Yeah, Flame Lily's interesting in that respect as well.
Another
What they do,
one,
go forward or back from barrier 12, because they've sort of done both in the past. But yeah, I'm with you, Brett. Gold Velvet, same cue.
Little shy at the stumps.
11 for 4, yeah, in race number 6.